Hi guys, these are the tenses that we would like you to master by the end of year 8, please. Any more would be a bonus, but obviously learning your tenses, your verb endings, it's just, 70 to 80% success for your GCSE anyway. So if you get these done over the holidays and add the extra tenses on as and when, you're just going to have a lot of success, okay? If you get these right and understanding when to use them, honestly, just master this, be brilliant. Everything else will be a bonus. So these 3 tenses are the ones we want you to master in year 8 at the minute. We've got the imperfect, which is a past tense. I used to do something, I was doing something. If you want to say that in English, that is the tense you need. Preterite tense, they're all quite posh names and sometimes they are called other things, but this is roughly what they're called. Okay? Well, they can be called like past perfect and things like that, but this is how they've been in my room. You might recognise them from my room at school. Preterite, I somethinged like I cooked or I baked or I went and did. That's kind of a bit irregular, isn't it? We say I went, I did. We don't say I goed, I doed. You say I did. So there are some irregulars, but that's what they need to look like in English if you're going to be using this tense, okay? The irregulars will be in a different sort of little song I'll do at another time. These are for all regular verbs. These patterns are for all the regular verbs, okay? The ones that follow the pattern. I'll make irregular songs as and when. But that is what they look like in the preterite tense. That is what it looks like in the imperfect tense. These two are past tenses. And this one is the immediate future. And this is I am going to. So it's straight after the present tense. I am going to cook. I am going to play. Tomorrow I am going to whatever. I've made songs for all 3 of these. Well, for all the tenses, which I will sing in a minute. But what I want to just clarify with you first is if you know what a tense is. Now, I don't want you to suck eggs. I'm not trying to teach you how to suck eggs. But just to make it clear, a tense, just to clarify, is talking about something, an action you've done in either the present, the future, or the past. So, for instance, if we use the verb to cook, okay, as we, I've shown you in this chart, we could use this one, for example. I am going to cook. Tomorrow I am going to cook. That's something that you're going to do. So it's not happened already. It's not happening now. It's in the future. So that's future tense. That would be called a future tense. The immediate future is one of the future tenses. Oh, hang on, that's coming off. Ooh. The past tense would be something you did in the past. So I cooked. I used to cook. Sorry, it's just off camera. I was cooking. I had cooked. That's another tense, but you don't need that one. But that they are past tenses. Like yesterday, I cooked. In the past, I used to cook. Or when I was younger, I used to cook. That's the indication. As soon as you see that, you'll know it's this tense you need. As soon as you see anything like that, it's that tense you need for the past. And for the future, it would be, this is one of the future tenses. I am going to means you would use this tense, okay? The present tense, which isn't there at the minute, which I'll put on a general, all the other verb charts together, songs, later on down the line for you lot. That'd be sort of, today I cook. Today I am cooking, okay? That would be a present tense. That's how you would recognise the present tense, okay? So it's an action that's happening in either the past, the present, or the future. Right, what is a verb briefly as well? Just so we're clear, in case you've missed it somewhere along the lines in year 7 and year 8. Right, just take that off. Right, so what is a verb? It's a doing word, basically, like we've just established. Cook, see, go, watch, swim. They're all doing words, okay? Now, in English, a verb is more commonly recognised in its infinitive form. Infinitive, it's posh word for the whole verb. It's the whole verb, and that is recognised by, for instance, instead of just saying the verb go, you would say to go. That's the infinitive. The to go bit is the whole pie, the infinitive, the whole verb. To swim, to speak, to dance, to play, to teach. It always has two words. The infinitive is the whole pie before you break it down into those 6 other parts to say I cook, I swim, I play, you swim, he swims, she swims, we swim. There's 6 parts. We always break that whole pie, the infinitive, the whole verb, into those 6 parts. That's how we recognise it. That's what the infinitive posh word means, okay? So in English, I'm just going to explain what it is in Spanish as well. It is 2 words, the infinitive. Just sorry, I'm getting a bit blinded by that light at the minute. 2 words. Okay, can you see this board? It is 2 words in English. For example, to speak, to eat, to write. Okay. In Spanish, however, it is only 1 word. They don't have the word to. To speak is just hablar, hablar. To eat, comer. To write, escribir. The reason we know it's an infinitive in Spanish is because it ends in either AR, ER or IR. If a word ends in Spanish with any of those 3, 9 times out of 10 it will be a verb. It will be either the AR verb, the ER, IR. And that is how you will tell, because that's what it ends in. Okay? To form the past tense, now we have done bits of this before, but to form the past tense, these 2 past tenses, all you've got to do is knock those endings off. You knock the AR off, you knock the ER off, and you knock the IR off. So you're just left with hablo, com, escrib, because you've got rid of the R, and ear, right? And all you'll do then is you will add one of the appropriate endings. So if it's the AR verb and you want to say I something in the past, you would just stick the E on. If it was the AR verb, like the hablar, to speak, you wanted to say you spoke, you would stick this ending on. He, she, it, you would knock the AR off and add the O. We, knock the AR off and add the amos. The astais for you, plural, aron for they. Same for the ER and the IR verb. You just knock the ending off, you just stick whichever one it is. Okay? Same for the imperfect. That is all you do for that as well. You knock it off and you stick it on. Knock it off and stick it on. Knock it off and stick it on. That's for the past tense, all right? These 2 past tenses, that is all you do, all right? So you might be getting some exercises related to this, possibly quizzes and stuff after Easter, but we'll let you know about that in due course. Right, so before I do the songs that you can learn off by heart, soon as possible, please, which would be great. You can send them as a sound file back to any of your teachers so we can see how you're getting on, which would be brilliant. I'm just going to teach you the 6 parts of the verb song so you know, if you can't remember it, we have done it in class, some of us, but not all of us have done it, what the chant is. You can see that one. So you remember, whenever you've got that whole verb, the infinitive, and you've got to break it down into the 6 parts. So you remember it's I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. When you're learning a language, they always split that whole infinitive, full verb into those 6 parts, and it covers everybody. That's how you learn in another language. They'll split it into those 6. So whenever all the charts will always be in that order, top to bottom. If you want to number them and do your own little chart, that'd be brill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a chant to remember that. And it goes like this. Sorry, I've got some phlegm in the back of my throat. Lovely. I and you and he, she and it. We and you and they. I and you and he, she and it. And we and you and they. Okay? It goes like this. I and you and he, she and it. And we and you and they. I and you and he, she and it and we and you and they. Do it with the actions just to start, sinks in. And if you number them and then you remember these with the song, you can think, oh, the third one in the song is this, the third one is he, she and it, that's the ending. And in time it will just be natural to you, it'll be second language to you, it really will. Okay, so just bear with me one moment. Oh, we're okay. Think for time. Almost, yeah. Just 1 second. Okay, I'm going to do the songs on the next video because it looks like my memory's going to run out. So they will be on the next bit. I will do the 3 songs on the next video.